From the News Channel 5 network, this is Pharmacist on Call.
Good evening, Nashville, Middle Tennessee, Southern Kentucky, those of you as far west as Jackson, those of you as far east as McMinnville. Welcome to Pharmacist on Call with your host, Dr. Sean Pruitt. And if you're watching this show, that's right, I am your community pharmacist. Everyone, welcome to the March edition of Pharmacist on Call. This is your 1-hour forum where you get to call in with those burning questions. Hey, let's face it, your doctors and your pharmacists are busy. They don't have time to answer all of your questions. But for this 1 hour, I do. So call in with those questions and those comments. The producer is going to flash the number up there, and so you can call in and ask pretty much about anything that you want to. But as we typically do, we're going to begin the show with our shout outs, condolences, and what have yous. So first, I wanted to extend my condolences to the family of Miss Lady Jones, my cousin Lady Jones. She passed away, I believe, last week. And so condolences to LaDonna, Mario, and Nico, her siblings. I believe her mother passed away a few years before. Prior to that. So certainly want to let them know that then our thoughts and prayers. We wanted to get into some birthdays as well. I wanted to say happy birthday to Miss longtime family friend Pamela A. Rowe down there in Atlanta. Pam, if you're watching, happy birthday. And also want to say happy birthday, I believe today, my cousin Darius Daly turns 25 today, I believe, big quarter. And my niece Kayla Stevens out there in Murfreesboro. So Kayla, happy birthday. And last but not least, my pharmacy technician, Miss Yasmin Polite-Barnett now. So Yaz, if you're watching, happy birthday. I did not forget. We're going to get into those a little later. Looks like we've got some calls coming in early, so we're going to get with those. Let's see. Pharmacist on Call, I may help you.
Sean?
Yes, ma'am.
This is Linda. I want to thank you for talking to me the other day on the phone about the medications that my doctor had called in, and your suggestions and everything. I did finally get the prescriptions, and I'm thankful that you were able to talk to me that day that I called, and also so thankful that your stores did not get hit.
Thank you.
Praise the Lord on that.
Thank you very much.
I'll let somebody else call in. Thank you so much.
Okay, yes, ma'am. All right, thank you. Okay, looks like and we'll get to that a little later, but we're going to get to your calls here. Charles, welcome to Pharmacist on Call. I may help you. Hello, Charles?
Oh, Dr. Pruitt.
Yes.
Thanks for your program.
Thank you.
I went to the clinic for a cold in January. I thought it might be the flu, but they did the test and it wasn't. But they prescribed 2 things for me, and I looked them up online and decided not to take them.
Okay.
Could you tell me if they're normally things that are prescribed for a cold?
Sure, go ahead. What are the medications?
Okay, the first one is prednisone. 10 milligrams, 6 tabs the first day, down to 5, 4 until they're gone for a week.
Okay.
And then Zonatate, 200 milligrams, 3 times a day for 7 days.
Okay. What were the symptoms that made you go to the hospital?
It was just to the clinic. I had a cough and just regular cold symptoms. I didn't have a fever, but I was afraid I might be in the beginning stages of the flu.
Okay.
So it was just regular cold symptoms.
Okay. So you didn't have a cold. What it sounds like you had was an acute case of bronchitis. And so the prednisone was given to you because the bronchi in your lungs were highly inflamed and they were tightening up, and it was causing you to cough because you weren't getting as much air as you needed to. So what the prednisone is going to do, it is going to calm your immune system down, because apparently you came in contact with something your body wasn't used to. And so it flared up an immune response in your lungs. The prednisone is going to calm down your immune system with that immune response to relax your bronchial and alveoli and all of that stuff. And then the benzonatate is actually for cough itself.
Okay.
So they weren't antibiotics per se, they were more for palliative care, so just to kind of help you feel better. So I think they were a good choice. You didn't need any antibiotics, so you didn't have a cold. They probably should have told you that. It sounded like you had an acute case of bronchitis.
Okay. It hung on then about a week and a half after that without taking what the prescription was. So I guess it would have helped to take it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just to help your body to relax. But yeah, that's kind of standard. I would have thought they may have given you some antibiotics too, but I think it just was caused by something foreign in the air that may have triggered it. No fever, then you probably didn't need any antibiotics. They didn't culture anything, so I think you're okay.
Okay, okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Yes, sir, thank you. Okay, so we left off at birthdays, and so I wanted to basically talk about the tornado that happened. I guess it was Monday evening. It caught me by surprise, just like it did you guys. The last weather report I heard was severe thunderstorms. I love to sleep in thunderstorms, so I was knocked out already when the phone started pinging, and I won't tell you, I'm just embarrassed how I ran downstairs and all of that. But that's beside the point. The point is that we want to send our condolences out to the family members of those people who perished, whether it was here in Nashville, Putnam County, and the Middle Tennessee area. This is probably the worst I've ever seen. Areas hit hard, like especially North Nashville, around the Tennessee State University area, Germantown, and that whole area from 10th probably all the way up to 18th hit really hard. Hermitage, out in Donaldson where I live, and then other areas out in Mount Juliet were hit pretty hard. But look, we've got another call here, so we're going to get to you guys. Pharmacist on call, may I help you? Hello, caller, may I help you?
Yeah, may I speak to Dr. Pearl, please?
Yes, you're speaking to him. How may I help you?
Oh, yeah, my name is Jose Jones, and I have a breathing problem. I got to go to the doctor to see what I have, asthma, lung disease, and I'm also a diabetic, and I got neuropathy in my feet and in my hands, and underbody my feet hurt so bad. I feel like I left no blister. They hurt so bad, and I don't know whether it's because of the neuropathy or not. And I have bad cramps in the back of my leg, and on both of my legs and both of my thighs, and on top of my thighs. It hurts so bad. I've been in pain so much. It bothers me mostly at night when I'm trying to rest, but I end up going to sleep, but I pain going when I wake up, pain when I go back. I don't know why I'm hurting so bad.
Okay, all right, so let's talk about what we got going on. So the first thing we have going on is neuropathy, which is coming from your diabetes not being controlled. So we got to get our sugar under control. Are you on medication for it?
Yes, sir. I take insulin shots, and I take blue and white pills. I think that's for that. That's for depression one. And then I take about 8 pills in the morning for different things, and then I take 2 insulin shots in the morning, and then lunch, and in the evening.
Okay.
I take 1 shot at lunch, insulin shot, and 2 in the evening.
Okay, Ms. Jones, so let's talk about what we can do to kind of help you out, okay? All right, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, and I'll just, I'll let you, hang on there. So Ms. Jones, so she's got neuropathy, she's got issues with diabetes, and she's got some issues with leg cramping. So just from listening to her and kind of gaining an understanding of what she's talking about, the neuropathy is coming from the diabetes being poorly controlled. So what I suggest is we add on our good friend beetroot juice here to help get that blood sugar down, and that will help stave off some of that neuropathy because it's mainly a symptomatic kind of thing. In addition to the beetroot juice to help you with that neuropathy, I would suggest some THC-free Pharmacist blend hemp oil, which is this right here. This is the only thing I have seen work for neuropathy, only thing. And if you've watched this show for years, I've said whoever came up with a cure for neuropathy would be a rich person. It looks like we have so far. So I would get some hemp oil, beetroot juice, and then the other thing about the the leg cramps, that's one or two things, Miss Jones. You being diabetic, I'm sure that you are on a statin for your cholesterol. So if you are on simvastatin, pravastatin, lovastatin, one of those, I think that it may be that medication causing something called rhabdomyolysis. What rhabdomyolysis is that medicine is basically destroying the muscle in your legs. So what I want you to do is speak with your doctor and have your liver enzymes drawn, your AST and your ALT, and we want to make sure that this drug is not causing liver damage, because those markers being high, the AST and the ALT, your liver enzymes being high, is a marker of rhabdomyolysis or muscle destruction. That's the first thing I think. The second thing that I think, Ms. Hosey, is that you may be losing potassium because you're probably on a fluid pill and you're not replacing the potassium in your diet. So if you are on hydrochlorothiazide or furosemide, those are water pills that are going to make you pee out your potassium, and then yes, it's going to manifest in nighttime leg cramps. So let's try something. Let's try either, well, we can't do orange juice. Let's try a banana, or see if we can ask your doctor about some potassium supplements and see if that helps you out. But if you have any other further questions, which I suspect that you do, give me a call at the pharmacy tomorrow, and our producer's going to flash it at the end of the show. That means you have to keep watching and until you get to the end of the show. All right, I'll tell you what, it looks like we're up on our first break, so you all stay right there. We'll be right back.